Well, we have this paper pad that we got on clearance, so we're going to use that. Hey y'all, APG Jamie here. And today we're going to make some little mini envelopes. Or envelopes, depending on how you pronounce it. We're going to stack them up. So I kind of faked my way through some measurements because I don't have the mini punch board, envelope punch board, and those measurements are not necessarily available online. There are some phone apps you can download to get pretty good guesstimations on envelope sizes and junk like that, but you know, could have been easier. So we've got various, well, I guess it's, I don't know, 3 or 4 different papers from that third paper pad. And we're going to make some envelopes. They're little ones, y'all. Think mini as in small. M-I-N-I. Mini. And if you were interested in the sizes that I faked my way through, because the larger punch board doesn't have the 16ths and all those kind of measurements on there, so I had to, you know, ain't no ruler boss of me, but sometimes they can be a little controlling, okay? Guidelines and junk. Anyway, I think I did pretty good. I'm very happy with this project. Very happy indeed. Now, I was inspired by Treasure to Books, and her channel is linked below, and the particular video that I saw recently. When's recently? I don't know. Could have been 2 months ago. Could have been 2 days ago. Anyway, she has lots of ideas and suggestions and tips, okay? I'm not necessarily giving you any tips, necessarily. I have recently learned, though, when you're using the punch board, you know, where you score it, just go ahead and flip that over and you get a better eye line to line up the little arm there, the little extended arm doohickey, so you can score for the next one. All right? All right. That worked really well for me, I must say. Now I'm rounding all the corners, and I'm just using my corner rounder. This is cardstock. It might be better to use just regular paper on the smaller ones. I don't know. It all depends on what you're going to do, I reckon. You can use real store-bought envelopes as well. Okay, this is cut and dry foam. All right, it's the same kind that comes in the archival ink pads. I believe it's the same ones in the distressed one brand or line as well. And I like to use it for mostly for inking around the edges of stuff. And I have discovered, it's taken me a couple of years to get there, that I like it with the kind of a slant, a triangle end on it. Because if you're going to ink inside of round apertures or square apertures or whatever inside, it really helps to make a difference. And my other one got wore out. Here's a tip for you. Don't use your blending foams on wet glue, because, you know, it's not very happy about that. Anyway, because they're not in a plastic ink pad container, the ends will kind of fray out after a while. And when I say a while, I mean a few years. This here package of single sheet foam stuff I've had for several many years, and I will probably never need to buy any more again. I know, it's one of those products that you're like, I don't need it, you know. It's forever kind of product. Pra. So we're gluing our envelopes together, and we will be stacking these up so that the flap side is the top side. That's the side we're going to see. And I decided after I glued them together that I really kind of wanted to put a little liner in there. You can stamp in there. You can use another paper. You can use double-sided paper, you know, all that kind of optional stuff. And I have this Christmas tissue from Ideology. Boy, that can be kind of hard to say, isn't it? Like December Fembra. Anyways, so I'm just kind of faking my way in there. Most of them slipped in there with no issue. A couple of them I had to trim. And we're just going to use some Elmer's Extreme Glue Stick. And that's pretty good stuff, y'all. I'm not a real big glue sticker person. You know, I use it, well, I actually kind of always use it a little more than hot glue. I'm not a real big hot glue fan. But you know, my location here in the South, hot glue tends to turn loose. Unless you get that heavy duty constructional type glue. I'm not going to do that. Anyway. Just using a little plastic key card, rebate from Doggy Medicine card. I know it said Visa. It's not a real Visa. It's one of those temporaries. Anyway, it's long gone anyway. I know. Anyway. So, and the smaller ones would probably have been easier for me not to have glued the bottom because it's kind of hard to slide that in there. Well, it's got the glue on it. Just saying. Real hard when you got, you know, wet glue. So, using that nice flat palette knife to squish it all down. And I'm using the credit card to squish it down some more. And I've made some little journaling cards to go inside the envelopes, whatever. And I am making two. One I'm keeping and one you might want to comment about. I mean, you might want to. You might not. So, doing that. All of them get the same, you know, all the little, because it's a you know, tissue wrap. I think it's called tissue wrap. Anyway, it has lots of different images on it. So some are right side up and some are sideways and all that kind of thing. So I just kind of turn my liner paper as I needed it. And we're trimming it around because, you know, you see me trimming it around. Videos less than 30 minutes or thereabouts, just in case you're curious. And it is sped up and some portions have been removed because, I mean, you know, seriously, how many liners do you need to see me glue in? Not all 6 of them, because I'm making three envelopes to a stack. Okay, you can make them much bigger and you can stack up way more, and like I said, you can even use store-bought envelopes. You don't have to make them. I needed to make them because I wanted little ones, little ones, okay, and they'll fit in, you know, in a envelope. Fairly flattish, I'm thinking. So I've got these stickers, and I'm pretty sure they came from Hobby Lobby. I don't have the packaging of it, but the rest of the stuff that it's like, similar to in size and like that, are Hobby Lobby products. And they're old. The stickers don't even want to necessarily come off that release paper very well. I need to use these things, y'all. So, but, you know, in the same token, they're sticky, but they're not sticky enough. So we're going to put the glue on there because sometimes I have trust issues. I guess that's what it is. I don't know. Or adherence issues. I don't know. It's probably not even a real issue. Just making it into one because I just want to make sure it stays stuck. And I say journaling cards. You know, some people journal, some people don't. And I tend to just, you know, do visually kind of things. And I feel like it needed something else. So I'm looking at these other things and I'm like, oh, maybe we'll put one of these snowflakes on there. I've got snowflake stickers, and then I got some rub-ons over there. They old too, y'all. They all pretty old. They're from the 2000s. So they're not 1900s old. But I guess we've been in the 2000s a while. A hot minute. Anyway. Getting out my ideaology ephemera. I have this pack, which is an old one, I believe. I've had it for several years. It didn't even have a date on it. You know, now when you get them, they tell you Christmas pack 22, Christmas pack 23, that kind of thing. Mine didn't have a date. So, and then my secret internet admirer, thanks again, darling, sent me 2 packs of new ones, and we're going to go through those too, because I'm not quite finding what I want. What do I want? I don't know. I just know I want something else, and that's why I flip through this stuff. And I'm a shuffler. I like flipping through the stuff. I don't necessarily want all my butterflies together, because I don't know that I want a butterfly. I'm not using a butterfly today because this is kind of Christmassy oriented kind of stacked envelopes. But, you know, I don't know what I want till I see it. You know, it's like using the paper dolls, which I love. I don't know which one I want because they let me know. They're like, oh, I want to be on there. Oh, pick me, APG. I'm your Daisy. I'll be your Daisy. All that kind of stuff. So that particular envelope's getting a little journal card and a faux photo. Faux photo. Well, I'm sure it was a real photo, but now it's ephemera. Ephemera. So now we're going through another package. I know I try to really speed these up. And I thought, oh, that's beautiful. We're going to make that a tuck spot at the top. I have no idea why I do things the way I do. I just know I like it, and that's what we're going with. And that's called intuitive art or crafting, if you don't want to go so far as to say you're an artist, okay? But you are. So, and that is Aleene's original tacky glue, and that there little bottle. And again, we're shuffling around. I looked at that one, and I'm like, I don't even know what that's supposed to be. I guess it's supposed to be whatever my story says it is, right? Right. So we're going along, and I will probably at some point just put all these Christmassy ephemera bits into one little package, because, you know, it's all ideaology. I know it comes from different years, and things are a little bit different, you know, from time to time. Boy, that one's really packed full of treasure. It's got the paper dolls in it, and the portrait dolls too. And I decided on the bell. I should have just went ahead and got 2 of them out, because I used 2 of them. Like I said, I'm making 2 different stacks. They're the same. This would be an excellent assembly line mass production, in my opinion. Make or get a bunch of envelopes, okay? I wouldn't necessarily decorate them overly much on the outside, especially not what we typically consider the front side of an envelope, until after you get them stacked up, and then you'll be able to see a little more butter, maybe what you want to do. Also, be sure to go watch that video that I recommend, because she got excellent ideas. And on this one, we're going to do some heat embossing, because it said, I want to be heat embossed, did it? Well, that's what I decided it said. So that's just a zig pen, which is an embossing ink belt tip sort of kind of pen. It's old too, y'all. Everything I got's old, but if it's working, it's still good product. Just saying. Even the stuff that's not working, I might can make but good again. So we got this, like those stickers, you know. Heat gun, y'all. Look at that magic of heat embossing. And now we have a bell with shiny bits on it. Yeah, baby. I like that. See, just tucks right in there. Nice. Now that looks nice. Oh, that bottom part kind of flopped up on me, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to glue that down. It's not as hard to do in the bigger envelope, especially if you've already got the top glued like that, and you're still got to be careful when you tuck it in. Careful now. There we go. There it is. Okay. How long am I going to use that book page? I don't know. Till I'm done with it, I guess. I've been using it a long time already. So that's an old rub-on, and they do still rub on. And again, it's the Hobby Lobby stuff. That one's still in a package, and it says Hobby Lobby. So I am not sponsored nor affiliated with Hobby Lobby. So here comes another one. And like I said, assembly line would be fairly good. You know, like I did, you go through, you make all your envelopes, do all your liners, or do your liners and then put your envelope together is probably better. And then you have your little journaling cards, or you could use, you know, actual little greeting cards or whatever. Your limitation is your imagination, okay? And because I'm doing them sort of the same, they've got different bits of ephemera, but they're sort of the same. You can just start lining them all up. You get one or two, you know, in a certain kind of thing. You're like, yeah, that works really well for me. Then just line the rest of them up more or less in the same order. And then you can just, you know, do all that at one time. Assembly line. Make all the bottoms, put all the middles, put all the tops, you know, assembly line. Not like Lucy and Ethel at the chocolate factory. And yeah, not like that. So, gluing down our sticker. I did not try heating up the sticker sheet to get them to come off, but I certainly could have, but I just didn't. So, tucking that in. Comes this one. See, I decided I love the bell. We're just going to do another bell on this other one because I love the bell. Ding dong. Ding dong. So, sometimes it feels like it's not sped up enough. And other times it's like, whoa, what was that? So, if you find the gear, the settings for whatever device you're watching on, if you even have that option, because I know not all devices have that option, you may be able to change the speed. And you may be able to turn the talking off too, because, you know, you can see what I'm doing. You can see. You're smart people. Well, if you do have questions, you know, just leave a comment. I'll be happy to answer your questions. As best as I can, anyway. Here can y'all. And there is a list of ingredients in the description below the video. ... more. Or more ... Click on that and it'll show you more. Okay? This one's a fun one. I almost think it's like a copy of a envelope flap. Okay, sometimes when I Happy Mail, I use the back to hold the address and the stamp and stuff on account of its pretty paper maybe sometimes, and maybe they want to use the back because it's a bigger solid piece. Just saying. I don't always do it, just sometimes. And that's just some embroidery floss, and I'm just fraying out the edges because it made me happy for it to be a little fuzzy-ish. Now, here's a tip, and I'm pretty sure we were told this in the other video if you had bothered to have re-watched it, APG. You want your envelope on top not to cross over the fold of the envelope on bottom like I just did. Okay, that's going to be an issue, which you probably already know that. But just in case you didn't, don't do it that way. We'll fix it. It works out in the end. and you would never even know it was not quite correct. But see, that one opens beautifully. And I have these are some chipboard bits, and they're from KandCompany. They're old, guy, before the 2020s, old, but not the 1900s old. And I thought, well, those are perfect. So I'm going to put, and see, this is where I'm like, oh, I want to open up. So I got to kind of gingerly, delicately rip that off of there without ripping the good stuff. I did pretty good. I did pretty good. Don't worry, you're not going to be able to see any of that, and you'd never know. So if you comment and, you know, your comment works in your favor, you won't necessarily know if this is the one I decide not to keep, because I don't know which one I'm going to keep yet. Not yet, I don't. Well, maybe do. Well, no, I don't know yet. So I had several of those little chipboard snowflakes, and we're just going to go ahead and use them all. Or those 6 anyway, because we're using 6 of them. And like I said, I did not, or maybe I didn't say, did not overly decorate the envelopes. Well, for one thing, they are a very small format. As you can see, the largest one on the bottom is maybe about the size of the palm of my hand, maybe slightly bigger. And because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. For one thing, it could be glued straight on a page, or you could glue it around 3 sides on that last one, and it can become a pocket as well. Or it can go in and out of a pocket, or it could be paper clipped to a journal, you know, or used as a greeting card even. I mean, why not? So I don't know yet. Okay, here we go. Flip-flop time. Literally going to flip-flop it. Okay. Now, you might want to be careful the orientation of your flap image, because that's, you know, the main one you're going to see, especially this one on top. Okay. All right, here goes that one. Oh, I forgot to put my name on these. I need to stamp them both. Stamp them. You could stamp on them. You could do just anything. Embossing folders, all that. Okay, you could just go to town on these babies, baby. I'm telling you. Here's the other one. I don't know which one I'm keeping yet. I know I said that already, but I still mean it. Merry jingle, jingle merry. Nice. Makes me happy. I'm really pleased with how they came in. I really am. I know I said that at the beginning, but I'm saying it again now. Look at that. I love that bell. Probably don't have enough of them bells. Hell's bells. Christmas bells. Angel got a wing. Ta-da! Photo montage. As you can see, it does have some dimension. If you use regular, you know, like copyweight paper instead of a cardstock, they would be thinner and lay down more. It's, of course, depending on what you put in them. You could put letters, notes, lists, today's weather, naughty or nice, love snow, hate snow, whatever kind of stuff you put in there. So, yeah. I'm showing you the stuff kind of sliding out of the pocket and then coming out of the pocket, because, you know, you need to know it's pockets. They are, well, they're envelopes, but now they're kind of like, well, they're still envelopes. So, it's not too bad. And, of course, the more it's been flattened out, such as under a heavy book, let's say, the more flatter even it would tend to be. Y'all. Yeah, we're not 30 minutes, but we're almost over. Hope everyone is having a great, grateful month so far. Yes, indeed. I appreciate each and every one of you. Kind comments, your likes, your shares, your subscriptions. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and happy arting, y'all.